and welcome to the show. Today I'm going to be talking about what I truly believe is one of the most wholesome Viking book series ever written, and that is the Viking Quest series by Lois Walfrid Johnson. I already mentioned this series in my medieval book recommendations video, but I really love this series and I wanted to give it a full review. So Viking Quest is a historical fiction book series set in the 10th century. It begins with a young girl named Bree, who lives in Ireland with her family, who is then kidnapped by Vikings. And so the rest of the series is all about what happens to her after she's kidnapped. So it's an adventure story, it's super exciting. It was really cool to be able to learn how Irish and Norse people lived in the 10th century. You learn about their houses, their clothes, how they cooked, how Vikings built their longships, how they packed for long voyages. And in books 4 and 5, we get to learn about Leif Erikson and what his voyage to America might have been like. My favorite book in the whole series is probably book 3, because this is the one where we learn the most about the everyday life of the Norse people. All the historical information in these books was integrated into the story so well that I feel like it made it not only easier to read and more enjoyable to read, but it also made it easier to remember and absorb. I believe in the back of the books it talks a little bit more about the research that the author did to write the books. I believe she even got to travel to where they would have lived in Norway, which is super cool. This is one book series I definitely recommend reading in order. Each book, except for the last one, is a cliffhanger, and so once you finish one, you really do want to go on to the next one. Although the characters are going through some really hard things, there are little happy endings and little good things happening here and there, and then at the end you get the big happy ending. It's not at all dark or depressing, it's very uplifting. Some of the positive messages and themes in this book are courage and selflessness, taking care of other people, especially those who are younger than you, even when just looking out for yourself would be a lot easier. Bree and her family believe in God, and throughout the series, Bree's faith grows as she learns to trust God and forgive the people who kidnapped her. This is a Christian book series, so it has a lot of Christian themes, but I definitely think you could still enjoy it even if you're not Christian, and one of the things I really appreciated about it is that I don't feel like it slants towards any particular denomination. So since they're in 10th century Ireland at the beginning, the church they have is Catholic because that's just the historical church that would have been there then. As far as the Viking religion, it is mentioned some, but they don't go into a lot of detail. We do find out what the Vikings believed about the afterlife, but there's not a whole lot of Viking religion in here. A little bit in book 3. There's no fantasy or magic. There is a character who mentions trolls, they think trolls exist. Or at least they're trying to convince other people that trolls exist. But since this is historical fiction, the trolls are not real in this universe. Now, if you're a parent watching this video trying to figure out if it would be a good option for your kids, I would say absolutely yes. There is no bad language. There is remarkably little violence for a Viking book. I mean, there's a raid at the beginning, and then I think when she's on the boat as a slave, somebody cuts her ropes and cuts her wrist a little bit. In books 4 and 5, there's someone trying to sabotage their voyage and trying to kill one of the leaders of the voyage. But honestly, I feel it'd be hard to make a Viking series that was more wholesome than this. There is kind of a romance storyline in book 5, but it's not the focus of the story and it's completely clean, totally fine for all ages. As far as the age level who'd be interested in this, on the back it says 10 and up, and I think that's pretty accurate. I think kids younger than 10 could be a little scared by maybe some of the more intense parts. I think middle grade or teens would like this. I really like this series and I'm 25, so I think these books are great for any age. The books do switch perspectives between Bree and her brother and another character, so it's really a great adventure series for boys or girls. There's also a lot of positive role models in these books, both kids and adults. There's obviously people who are not positive role models, but I thought it was cool how many positive role models there actually were. And not all of them are specifically Christian characters. So that is my review of the Viking Quest series by Lois Walfrid Johnson. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this review helpful, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Bye, bye, bye. It's time to say goodbye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. It's time to go. Time's up, we're all done. Time for me to run. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye.